Welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where we recap everything CBS Soaps, both the young and the restless, and the bold and the beautiful. And this is your bold and the beautiful recap for September 22nd. And today, Lee and Bill sing one another's praises. Hope demands answers from Thomas, and Brooke's confrontation with Taylor ends in them finally acknowledging the truth on what's really going on with Ridge. So before we unpack all of this, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel to receive all updates, and please don't forget to like and share. So we're back over at the conversation where it left off on yesterday's episode, where Brooke is like, enough is enough. Now, she's totally and completely over Steffy coming in between her and Ridge. She crossed the line. She wouldn't let me talk to my husband. Now, Brooke calls the behavior immature and disrespectful. Now, this prompts Taylor, with Taylor saying, this is the first time I'm hearing about Steffy's behavior, implying that, she can't necessarily believe it because it's coming from Brooke. But if there's any truth to it, Taylor is like, I'll speak to Steffy. Brooke is insisting that Taylor stop Steffy from interfering today. Now, Taylor jokes that, okay, well, I'll ground Steffy as soon as she gets home. Brooke doesn't get why Steffy isn't focused on her own family and the miracle of Finn's return, but Taylor counters back that her daughter is worried about Ridge being hurt. I see. And that's what Brooke is saying. So I'm this monster because of the mistakes I've made in the past. But no, Steffi's no sweet little angel either. Now, Taylor suggests there's a difference between making a mistake and making the same one over and over again for decades. Now, Brooke counters back that Ridge chose her over and over. We don't call each other destiny for nothing just because it sounds cute. And she said that with a straight face. Now, we call each other destiny because nothing or no one will ever come between us. Now, Taylor says that she doesn't think Brooke makes Ridge happy, adding that she's not the homewrecker that Brooke sees her as. Now, Brooke brings up Taylor's kiss in Monaco, and Taylor was like, okay, I can admit it was a moment. Yes, it was. It was a moment with my husband. Now, she understands the emotion of what happened in Monaco, which might have led Ridge to get caught up in that moment. But she said, you, Taylor, I think you knew exactly what you were doing. You see, you act all sweet and innocent and caring, but really you're very manipulative. Brooke, come on now. Say whatever it is you want, but the fact is you laid your lips on my husband. Now, over at Forrester, Paris asks Hope if everything is okay between her and Steffy. Now, Hope tries to say things are fine, but Paris knows better. Hope doesn't want to put Paris in the middle, but Paris insists she can handle it. Hope admits this situation is bad and it might get a little bit worse. Now, this is way bigger than Steffy and me. And that's what she said, adding that it involves her family history, and all this has been going on since before either of them were born. And just then, Thomas comes in, so Paris hightail it out of there, leaving the two of them to talk alone. Now, Hope is asking Thomas if he knew anything about Steffi blocking Brooke access to Ridge over the phone the night before. He reluctantly says that maybe his sister went a little bit too far, but says that the whole situation is complicated. After all, Brooke has hurt Ridge in the past, and the same old song. The opposite is true as well, that Hope pointed out, saying that her mom is doing everything in her power to make up for those past mistakes. I would hope you, Thomas, out of all people, would understand that after all, you're trying to prove that you're new and improved version of yourself as well. Now, the conversation continues. Thomas is flustered, and he let the statement slip that we are trying to protect Ridge from Brooke. I'm sorry, we? Hope picked that up when he said that and demanded to know if he knew exactly what Steffi did last night. Now, he said, I'll never lie to you, Hope. Thomas said that he only knew but was standing beside Steffi when it happened. He then described how everything went down, not sugarcoating Steffi's action. But he does add, if one missed call can ruin a relationship, then it's not that great of a relationship after all. So now we're over at Il Giardino, and Bill is wrapping up a meeting there with a woman named JJ. Now he's planning this huge release party and needs her help getting the venue, no matter the cost. She ultimately agrees because who can say no to Dollar Bill Spencer? And as you know, she exits, Lee is entering the restaurant. They quickly get to catch up with each other, and he convinces her to join him for lunch. So, you know, he already ate, but he's perfectly happy to do so again with her. Now, Lee acknowledges that she should have told Steffy that Finn was alive. Bill excuses her mistake, given that she was trying to save Finn, and said how lucky Finn was to have a mother who loves him so fiercely. As they continue to have lunch, Bill claims that when he saw Lee in the alley that night, he could see all of the fire and passion in her eyes, which is why he was drawn to her. She was like, "You saw all of that?" But she did thank him for being so kind, reaching out to her, and going on to say that he played a key role in helping reunite Finn and Steffy, and said how good of a man he is. Now, he struggled to accept that compliment because, I mean, he took some accountability that he's done many things that he's not proud of, a lot. Now, ultimately, they formed this mutual admiration of each other, with Bill actually saying how it was pleasurable to have such a strong, beautiful, and accomplished woman sitting across from him. So finally, back over at Forrester, Thomas and Hope try to find some common ground. And he was like, "I don't know who makes it worse, our moms or our dads." They found themselves quoting Romeo and Juliet, two families, both alike in dignity, from ancient grudge break to new mutiny, saying that if these two could work it out, so can they. And Hope was like, "Now, you know, both of them died at the end, right?" And then they laughed it off. He grants it was a terrible analogy, but praised the way that she handled the situation. And he's trying to get her to see that he and Steffy are worried about their moms just as much as Hope is worried about hers. Now, finally, this is an interesting conversation between Taylor and Brooke. We're back at Steffy's house, and Taylor actually apologizes to Brooke. And she was like, "What for?" "That kiss was not planned, Brooke, and I didn't have any intention of making a play for your husband in Monaco." Now, Brooke asked, "How am I supposed to believe that based on our history?" Taylor was like, "Because as much as we fight, I don't want to hurt you, Brooke. Seeing you in pain doesn't do anything for me. But I love Ridge too, and I always will." And both women believe Ridge knows them better than anyone else ever has. Taylor was like, "Your husband is in love with both of us," as if she and Brooke are the only ones now realizing this. And he's desperately trying to figure out if he wants to stay in his marriage with you or move on to a new life with me. And yeah, it's going to get interesting. Look like Taylor is going to make a huge request of Ridge tomorrow. And Brooke is now going to turn her energy toward Thomas and her accusations at him. So it is yet from over. And I wish Ridge would just make a decision already, because I'm sick and tired of this storyline. And I know you guys are as well. Okay, so there you have it, your bold and the beautiful recap for Thursday, September 22nd, 2022. If you haven't checked out the Young and the Restless recap for today, it has already been uploaded to the channel. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Bye.